Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope everyone's having a great weekend. It's Saturday right now. A couple of things that we're going to get into is see what's going on with Bitcoin and Ethereum. They're actually down for the day, but they're actually up for the new day. We'll take a look at what's going on there. We'll also take a look at the Bitcoin miners, see how they did against Bitcoin this week. Some are up, some are down. Bitcoin's down a little bit for when I track it, but we'll look at it all. And then we have a couple of stories, two stories. One is Bitcoin to 200,000. And then the other one is institutions are buying. So we'll look at both stories. And then I also have some data where I'm kind of thinking the same thing, but we'll look at it all. Okay, so as always, you guys know the drill here, not financial advice. This is for entertainment only. Do your own research, don't fall for scams. And I'm investing in the following coins and companies for full disclosure. And if you enjoy this type of content, hit the like button, subscribe, helps me out tremendously. Okay, so let's take a look at the markets here right now. So Bitcoin right now is actually up 1.5% on the new day. It did close down 0.24% today. I think it closed at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time that I'm in. You might have different time, but that's when it closed for me. And it was down 0.24%. It closed at $23,028, which wasn't too bad. But now in the new day, just within the last couple hours, it has been pumping pretty nicely here. It's up 1.53% to 23,377. So we'll see if this is actually going to stick or if we're going to come back down a little bit. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart on. I mean, the RSI right now on the daily is still kind of flat, but the price is going up, which is a good sign. 4 hours, we're looking at it. Okay, on the 4 hour, it has kind of wicked back up. And it is at 63. Last time we were right around here. And price at that point was a little bit lower. So we're still looking good on the 4-hour chart. If we look at the 1-hour chart, okay, we've come back up here a little bit, had a little bit of a spike. And then you can see here that, let me see. Okay, we kind of tested the same range right around 23,500 here. It looks like we've come down a little bit. RSI now is at 72. Last time we were at this part of the RSI was back up here. Price at that time was higher. So we'll see if this continues on. Right now it's looking like it's going to try to go down possibly. We'll see if this is just we're trying to go up a little bit, but it's going to get rejected. But we'll see how that's going to play out on it, because RSI definitely spiked up here quite nicely here in the last 3 hours in trading. So and it did get rejected right around 23,500. So I'm wondering if it doesn't quite go there, but we'll see. If the RSI continues to fall down, price goes up, we might be in good shape, but we'll see. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. Ethereum now. Ethereum, let's take a look at the daily chart. It was down also today. It was down 0.162%. It closed at 1,572. Right now it is up 2.69% to, well, 1,614. RSI has been coming up a little bit here on the daily, which isn't still too bad. Price is higher than it was prior to that, so we're looking good there. 4-hour chart, RSI also spiked to 56 here. Last time we were back here, and the price is a little bit higher on it as well, so that's a good sign, just barely. And on the 1-hour chart, if we look at it here as well, it's at 65. Last time we were this high, we were back up here, and at that point, price was higher as well. So we're seeing the same thing on Ethereum as we are on Bitcoin as well. So we'll see if this continues on, or if we're actually going to maybe have a little bit dip here happening within the next 12 hours or something like that. We'll keep an eye on it. Okay, so that's it for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's take a look at the network hash rate. And I think we peaked another new high today on the average. So if we look at it here, this is the 1 day. Let's take a look at the 7-day average. Yeah, on the 7-day average, it has gone up to 282 million right now. Previous high was 277, looks like. Now we're at 282 million. And if we look at the 1-day average, we can see that the 1-day average, it has also spiked up to 313 million. So we're above 300 again. And we're starting to see that happening more here. We've had, when was this? This was on, what day was this one? This was on 24th of January. We hit a new high of 327 million. Okay, so miners are getting plugged in as Bitcoin price has continued to go up. That only makes sense in my opinion right now. Okay, so let's take a look at the next two stories that we're going to do, which is Bitcoin to 200,000 and institutions are buying. Let's take a look at those two here right now. Okay, so here we go. So here's Bitcoin. Bitcoin will hit 200,000 before 70,000 bear market next cycle forecast. So this is based on stochastic patterns. And here's what it says. Bitcoin has well-formed evidence which suggests that its next all-time high will top out at 200,000, one analyst says. In a tweet on January 27th, which was yesterday, popular Twitter commentator, trader Tardigrade, also known as Alan also revealed 70,000 as the next potential bear market bottom. This is really close to where I had Bitcoin possibly going within the next bull cycle. And here's the data on that one. So I thought this was kind of interesting. If you guys watch my videos, you guys know that we talk about sometimes the Bitcoin miners, see where they are, what's the return on investment on some of the ASIC miners and things like that for comparison reasons. And we use this spreadsheet here to take a look at the economics behind Bitcoin mining. So you can see here we have the next halving event here in about 16 months or so. And we also have some assumptions here. The assumptions that I put in here were based on prior cycles and kind of my hunches where I think things might go. So in the first 12 months, I had Bitcoin going up 5% per month. That got us to about 39,000, 40,000 by the end of this year, potentially. And then so that was going to be 2023. Then in 2024, we would be going up about 14% per month on average, roughly, which would get us to about 189,000. It's kind of what I was, my assumption was based on. Then after we get past the halving event, we go probably a good 8, 12 months of a bull run, maybe a little bit longer. But after that, things start to cool off and we go down about 8.4% per month the third year, which would bring us down to 66,000. Now he's saying 70,000, I'm saying 66, really close to that, 189 for the high. He's saying 200,000, which is outstanding. So we'll see if this actually plays out or if these are just wild dreams of ours. But based on his data and what I'm looking at as previous data for Bitcoin, Bitcoin network, hash rate, things like that, this is kind of where I'm estimating things to be. We'll see how close we are. I'll try to keep this to this level as much as possible, especially as we get into further months down the road. I'll have to adjust this a little bit, and we'll have to adjust some of the percentages because we'll have to figure out the data here to make it so it still stays this way. Okay, let's get back to the story here. So Stochastic indicator offers Bitcoin bulls historical firepower. For many, BTC price action is still bound by Bitcoin's 4-year halving cycles. The resulting price pattern offers one all-time high year in every 4, with 2025 next in line. So we know that the halving event is going to be after 2024, sometime around possibly March, April timeframe as right now, based on the block size and time to 10 minutes for block confirmation. Okay, so we're kind of estimating around there. The price tag came about from an analysis of Bitcoin's stochastic oscillator, which syncs with the cycle highs and lows in BTC USD. Currently, the indicator is printing its latest trough, and if history is a guide, price behavior will do it likewise. The stochastic oscillator is a volatility tool which compares closing prices to historical averages. Bitcoin well-formed structure and with stochastic behavior indicates that the next all-time high will be at 200,000 and the floor will be at 70,000. Alan summarized alongside an illustrative chart. And here you can see this chart here. So we are now right about here. We can see here that Bitcoin is starting to go back up. And so is the chart here. And as we get closer to it, he's looking at about 200,000 sometime in 2025. I'm guessing somewhere into 2024. But we're pretty close to that. I think we're going to be, within a couple months of each other if that works out this way. And then we fall back down after that happens. So kind of interesting. I just wanted to point that out. So, I think that is doable on Bitcoin, unless we get something massive that happens around the world or something, geopolitical issues, whatever it might be, or something else. I think it's very doable. Okay. Now, next story is U.S. institutions account for 85% of Bitcoin buying in very positive sign. This is from Matrixport. So Matrixport's head of research and strategy suggests the industry will soon see layer 1 and other altcoins outperforming relative to Bitcoin. But institutional investors are not giving up on crypto, with recent data pointing to as much as 85% of Bitcoin buying being as the result of American institutional players, according to Matrixport's chief strategist. The report, so the strategist's name is Marcus Thielen. The report stated that if an asset that trades 24 hours performs well during the U.S. trading hours, it indicates that U.S. institutions are buying it, while an asset that sees growth during the Asian trading hours indicates that Asian retail investors are buying it. The report cited that Bitcoin is up 40% this year, with 35% of those returns occurring during U.S. trading hours, meaning there is an 85% contribution associated with U.S. based investors, indicating that U.S. institutions are buying Bitcoin right now. And that's kind of what I've been thinking as well and what's going on with it. As said in my other previous videos, I think that institutions are also buying in the comments, and we'll have to see where we end up at. But right now, the fear and greed index on Bitcoin is at 55. So as long as investors continue to buy, and hopefully they don't buy too quickly, too fast, and the price doesn't go up too high, and then people start selling, taking profits, you might be on a nice little, going up in value, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's see, I think this is it. So based on those two things, if these things continue, if we get to 200,000 by the end of 2024 sometime, possibly into 2025, institutions continuing to buy, and then as Bitcoin starts to continue going up, I think retail is also going to start getting into it with the fear of missing out, FOMO, which is all good things leading us to really good, healthy returns on the Bitcoin miners possibly, okay? So take that for what it's worth. And let's take a look at the Bitcoin miners for this week, see how they did. And then let me know what you guys think on Bitcoin will actually go to 200,000, and do you think it's mostly driven by investors right now? Okay, let me know in the comments, and let's take a look at the numbers here that we do have for them. Okay, so on this one, I added another chart in here. This chart looks at how much the miners have risen. This is the top part from their 52-week lows, which were reached recently within the last couple of weeks, right around the end of the old year into the new year, and how much they are still down from their 52-week highs, which is the bottom part here on the miners. So I thought this is kind of cool to take a look at. Can do a comparison on them a little bit, and then we'll get into the miners versus Bitcoin. And we'll do this, I think, every week if you guys enjoy this. If not, I'll get rid of it. But I thought it was kind of cool here. Okay, so Core Scientific is still down 98.4% from its all-time high. It is now up this year from the 52-week low. It's up 348%. So pretty good returns if you bought at the lows. You're doing really good. DigiHost as well. DigiHost is only down 59.4%. They are now up 509%. So they have already 5x'd. Core Scientific has 3.5x almost from their bottoms. Mawson is still down 92% from their 52-week highs. They're only up 157%. I say only, because if you bought at the bottom, you're doing really good. 157% is really good. TeraWulf is down 92% from 52-week highs, and they are up 90% from their lows. Argo is down still 82% from their highs, and they're up 463% from their lows. So another one that's done really well here. So almost 5x on this one already in just the last couple of weeks here. Bit Digital is still down 73% from their highs, and they are 166% up from their lows, which is good. Iris is down still 87% from their highs and up 113% from their lows. Marathon is down still 73% from its highs, but they are up 181% from their lows, which is also great returns here. And then we got Hive. Hive is still at 71% down, but they're up 149% from their lows. CleanSpark is still down 79.5%, but they are only up 63% from their lows. And DMG is down 62% from its highs and up 150% from its lows, so that's done really well as well. Bitcoin is down 52% from its high and only up 45% from its lows. So that one is the one that has done the worst. I wouldn't say done the worst. I mean, everything pretty much tracks Bitcoin, and it's usually a leverage play against Bitcoin. So I'm not surprised that Bitcoin is lower than all of these guys here. Okay. Next is Riot. Riot is down 74% from its all-time high, and they are now 88% up from their low. Hut 8 is down 77% from their all-time high, and they're up 141% from their low. Then we got Bitfarms is down 76% from their all-time high, and they are up 182% from their all-time low. Then we got Greenidge. Greenidge is still down 93% from their high, and they're up 300% from their low. And then we got Sphere down 88% from their high and up 77%. And then finally, we got Soluna at 96% still down, and they're only up 72% so far this year. So kind of cool to see that. We'll see how this actually is going to change over time. As Bitcoin price goes up, I would expect these numbers to go up and these numbers to go up as well, especially as we get further out. So we'll see if this tells us anything where we might be getting close to the middle of the bull market, or if we're getting close to the end of the bull market. We'll see how this is all going to play out. I thought this would be kind of cool just to take a look at it here. Okay, now as far as how the miners have done compared to Bitcoin this week, we can see here that course, Scientific did the best out of the bunch here. Bitcoin was only, well, it was down 0.03% on Friday. Friday, I used the Friday close from week to week. And Bitcoin was down 6.74%, but I think it's still going to have a green week based on where it's at today, unless it ends up going lower. So we'll see where that one's going to end up at. Okay, but Core Scientific did the best, was up 98%. DigiHost was up 83%. Mawson was up 22%. TerraWolf was up 19%. Argo was up 17%. BitDigital 11%. Iris 10%. Marathon 8%. Hive was up 7%, almost 8%. Along with CleanSpark, DMG was up 1.6%. And then the following did worse than Bitcoin. Riot was down 1.13%. Hut was down 1.82%. Bitfarms was down 4.35%. Greenidge was down 5.38%. Sphere was down 9.13%. And Soluna was down 15.69%. So here's how the chart stacks up on all of these here. For the first week, let's take a look at the 4 weeks now. I'm going to do it this way. There we go. So everybody is pretty much better than Bitcoin. Bitcoin was at 33% up over the last 4 weeks. The only ones that were lagging are Mawson up 25% and Soluna up 16%. Other than that, CleanSpark is up 35%, just barely over Bitcoin. Argo at 42%, Riot at 43%, Sphere is up 52%, TerraWolf up 54%, Iris up 70%, Hive up 86%, DMG up 88%, Bitfarms is up 92%, Bitfarms is 102%, Hut 8 is 106%, Marathon 113%, Greenidge 125%, Core is up 159%, DigiHost up 267%. They have been killing it lately for some reason, and I can't figure out why. Could be a short squeeze on them, potentially, but who knows. Okay, let's take a look at the 8 weeks really quick as well. Let's do that descending, and let's see how we stack up there. And you can see here on the 8 weeks, where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin's up 32%. The only ones that have done worse is Sphere 3D is only up 27%. Then you got Soluna and TerraWolf actually being down 12 and 13 respectively. And then we got CleanSpark up being 33%, Core up 34%, Riot up 46%, Iris up 55%, DMG up 62%, Mawson 63%, Marathon up 75%, Greenidge up 76%, Hive up 76%, BitDigital up 88%, Hut up 88%. You got Bitfarms up 124%, Argo 195%, and DigiHost up 263%. And lastly, on the 12 weeks, when we look at it here, for that time frame, we can see Bitcoin. Where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin's up 33% so far, and the following have done worse. So Bitfarms is only up 29% from 12 weeks ago. Hive up 28%. BitDigital up 28%. Mawson up 22%. Hut up 17%. Riot up 14%. CleanSpark up only 7%. And then the following have done, well, they're actually negative. Sphere is down 1%. Greenidge is down 5%. Core is down 8%. TerraWolf is down 8%. Marathon is down 10%. Iris is down 26%. Soluna is down 51%. And the ones that did better than Bitcoin are DMG up 39%, Argo up 130%, and DigiHost up 165%. So, like I said, DigiHost has been doing really well. So we have just pretty much finished out possibly our, you could call it a 4th green week in a row. We haven't had one of those since August here on the miners and Bitcoin for the most part. And so we'll see if we actually continue that on with another 5th week possibly. We'll see if that happens next week, but it all depends on where Bitcoin goes. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll see what happens. And then as we get into the new month here coming up in, when is the new month? It's almost a couple days away. I think the new month starts on, what is that, Wednesday? Wednesday's the 1st of February. We'll start getting some more data in on the miners, see how they did for January. One of the things I'm really interested to see was Marathon, whether or not they actually sold 1,500 Bitcoin in January or not, or if that was just used for a different wallet, or was it used for their 20% stake in the new company that they're forming to mine in Abu Dhabi. So there's a lot of things that I want to see in those data. Also want to see Cypher. I think Cypher provided their numbers for December. We'll see if they provide the numbers for January. If they do, I will cover them. So we'll do a video on that one. And look and see for Hive to see if they report on their Bitcoin hodl, how much they sold, things like that. I want to see if they continue doing that. And yeah, I mean, we'll see some of the other miners, see what happens there. And growth. I think growth is going to be a little bit more muted, I think. We'll see. But yeah, we'll take a look at it all when it happens. Okay, that is it. As always, spreadsheets available to my Patreon members. Thank you to everyone there. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe. Helps me out. And if you guys have any questions, leave a comment. I always answer the comments. So hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you guys maybe tomorrow if we have anything. If not, I'll probably see you guys on Monday.